Good afternoon, how are you? My name is Veronica Zapata. I work for CARE Chicago. Are you guys familiar with CARE Chicago? Council of American Islamic Relations. I'm the outreach coordinator for them, and I also work for IMAM, the Inner City Muslim Action Network. I'm a co-host on the Zon radio show here at Loyola. I'm a graduate student here at Loyola University as well. I'm getting a master's in cultural and leadership policies. Let's see, so let me go on. My cultural background and environment I was raised in. So I'm Mexican, I was a practicing Catholic. My home was from the get-go multicultural, multi-ethnic, multi-religious, in that upon the marriage of my mother and my stepfather when I was 5, my stepfather was Palestinian Muslim, and so he adopted me, and so I wasn't Veronica Zapata, I was Veronica Youssef. So out of that marriage came my brother, Ali, who's half Mexican, half Palestinian, and he was raised as a Muslim. I was allowed to practice my religion, as was my mother, so every year we had the Christmas tree, Easter, you name it, it was just an ordinary American secular household. Religion wasn't, it wasn't spoken about. I mean, we had faith, but that's the extent of it. My stepfather, I call him my father because he's the only father I knew, because my original parents had divorced. He didn't practice the religion, but he wasn't doing the 5 prayers or anything like that. But he was, he didn't eat pork, didn't drink liquor or anything like that. So that's my family background. How long and how and why did I come to Islam? I converted at the age of 30. As a matter of fact, I came here at Loyola for my undergraduate studies. So I'm sitting here and just thinking of all the times, back in the day when I would be going to and from my classes. Had anyone pulled me aside and told me, Veronica, you're going to convert. You're going to be in this situation and doing this and that, I would have not believed it at all. Just even right now, it's kind of awing. I think I'm getting old. All right, so let's see. I converted at the age of 30, and I considered Islam, thought about it 3 years prior to, so at around the age of 27. And I was an elementary school teacher in Tinley Park, and one of my students' parents was going through difficulty in her marriage. She was Mexican, married to a Palestinian Muslim, and she was going through some challenges, and she asked me to go to the mosque with her, just for support. Upon her marriage with him, he asked her to convert, so she converted. So it was, I would say, an inauthentic conversion, So then I would go with her to the mosque, went to the lectures. There were some things that I was exposed, some concepts, ideas that I just did not agree with, I set that aside and just listened to everything else they had to say. And I remember we would arrive in the parking lot of the mosque, put on the scarf, look at each other like we look so silly, and then walk into the mosque, it was just, I was accustomed to seeing women with scarves because we had, Palestinian, Muslim side of the family. So to me, it was just another piece of cloth. It wasn't anything, extraordinary or anything like that. But to put it on myself and to see my own reflection was kind of, So anyway, so what happened, she ended up divorcing her husband, and then she goes to Mexico. And I keep going to the mosque. I find comfort in it for some reason. I wasn't searching for anything. I wasn't looking for anything. But I found the lectures interesting. As I said before, there were some things I did not agree with, and there were some things that I did accept. I finally decided to convert after just reflecting. I think the strongest argument that grabbed me was this emphasis on worshiping one God. So here I was, a practicing Catholic, and all right, well, it doesn't fit me, but this religion, this path seems to fit me a little bit, when it comes to that main concept, and that was the main anchor that drew me towards that. Let's see what else. The other question was, how has my life changed after Islam? No dating, no going to nightclubs or anything. Just I don't know, just a casual, relaxed lifestyle. I'm more active in different activities, but I've always been active in a lot of activities. So I would just say, no more partying. A much calmer lifestyle. Stress is still there with the academic expectations, your work expectations, so on and so forth, but other than that, it's just comfortable. What was the other question? I'm going to take your questions. Okay. So the other question was, how does it contribute to your day-to-day life? And take care of your spiritual and physical needs. I feel like I have just a stronger sense of awareness of God. I think at one time I would just take certain things for granted and just go on to day-to-day living, and then that was it. But now I don't feel like I'm there. Now I feel like there's a higher sense of awareness of God. At the same time, I'm not an angel or anything like that, Let's see. How has it changed my lifestyle and spiritual? Okay, so my spiritual and physical needs, my best friend who's actually Christian, just having our discussions about God, I find that feeding my spiritual needs. And the physical needs, I don't know exactly what they're asking there, so I'll leave that. Okay, the other question is, did you choose to wear the hijab or was it imposed on you? I chose to wear it. Initially, I just wore it when I would go to the mosque, and that was it. Then I felt like I wasn't being sincere in my practice. Then I started wearing part-time, where I would wear it only to my graduate classes and then at the mosque. And then slowly but surely, I got to the point where I decided to wear the scarf all the time.